gonna get to know and make sure that what you are thinking, what you are seeing is nothing strange. It's a reality of the modern world. I'm not saying the other medias are gonna die. What I'm saying, the time spent in each one of those medias is changing drastically. And we are like observing the whole thing in order to put on the table the discussion and make the whole things happen.
Our challenge was how to make this big investment on the World Cup in something positive. Because people was already against, but the World Cup in the end needs to leave some legacy. So how was our strategy? So revert all the negative things on something positive. How we did? So we changed the focus. Okay, so our objective was first, show Hyundai commitment with Brazilian. This was the first thing. Second one, the benefit to Brazilian. So if the governor will not leave any legacy to Brazilian, as a brand, what we can give to consumer. And third, generate brand proximity to Brazilian. Okay, so we need to find that connection because Hyundai is a Korean brand that is here not long enough as our competitors. So we need to show that we are closer to Brazilian.
How can we create something that will really give consumers the experience they could have to be seen as the coolest person in that place? And this is something which is not so easy. When we see the results, we think, it's very easy. But it's not so easy. Because when you are in that specific nightclub, when you are in the specific channel, you don't want to drink beer. Not at all. So how can we make consumers want to drink beer and think they are cool because they are doing this? And the result is the first, what we call interactive bottle based on mobile.
What this teddy bear does? Each children receives a teddy bear, and this number is passed through their family and friends, and then they can send messages. So the children can just play. It's a simple, it doesn't have a lot of buttons, just a play button. So you can hear randomly messages played from your friends and family. I will show it here for you.
If you check the KPIs for the top 10 brand channels in Brazil and top 10 creators channel in Brazil, for engagement, it's like 10 times more for creators.
I think the trend is the consumer, always. You have to think in always in the consumer and the person. And what technology you use, what information you use, that's for the crazy people, for ad tech companies, for the agencies to work with. So always, like the marketing guys, like digital guys, is just to think how the people buy, how the person works.
We think we address a very particular population, which is the early adopters. Because clearly we're in a cultural aspect, so people fanatics about music, so engaged, and level of engagement, because we're a social network as well, is really impressive. And also people that gets it and connects and try new things and promote it on the social media.
Something really important is to understand the customer experience. So it's important to think about our platforms, and platforms is not only a website. It's a website, but it's also a mobile platform. So it could be a responsive site, it could be a mobile site, because in order to adapt, we have a lot of different terminals and systems, Android, iOS, and we should understand that the customer experience is really important in order not to have rejection against the brand or the product. So we should think in different platforms, different technologies, in order to adapt the consumer experience and not have a bad experience for them.
But again, I think it's every single thing that we do, there's a purpose and a particular principle of business. It starts with putting the customer first. So with that in mind, you all know the challenge that we have with the World Cup, right? I think every single industry had a particular expectation about the results and the impact and the mood that the World Cup would bring to our market, right? We now have technology enough to customize virtually anything that can be customized with your name. Today you can put your name on backpacks for your kids.
sneakers, soccer boots, balls. This also provides us things to develop more business on the long term. The way that we are showing the products, we are inviting and putting the customer first. So regardless of what's going to happen with World Cup in terms of how Brazilians identify themselves with the World Cup, we want to make sure that we are putting you as a fan first.
To help these entrepreneurs that are creating new stores, we developed this guide with Sebrae. I think most of you know Sebrae. It's step-by-step how to produce, how to make a perfect e-commerce store.
The other one we've brought here is personalization. We had a loyalty program called Pão de Açúcar Mais, programa Pão de Açúcar Mais. And we noticed that those consumers, they were not feeling recognized by the program. So we got deep dive into the data to understand how could we personalize the offers, and we understood what kind of product they buy based on their history, and we got offers specialized for this customer.
We'll be right back.